Foster, the two biggest chickens out here, talking about always beating up Richie, and Richie's still standing. Cookie chickens, perplexed chickens, fearing common sense, You know why I think Detective Goodman didn't call me back? It's one of two things. One, it never happened, or two, they're under orders. Do not let him know, because we can't stop him in any way, shape, or form. Richie, back in the cut.
Your imagination is really working on you, Richard. Stop the K2, man. It's really fucking you up. That psychosis is getting the best of you, dog. Stop it early. Take your meds, Richard.
Well, I'll worry about what your imagination may conjure up after Detective Goodman of the 7th calls me back. Real nice lady, though.
Yeah, Detective, whoever, Ironside, whatever cop you say, Richard. I hope you took your meds, Richard. That's all that matters. Your imagination is really running wild with you, Richard. Take your meds.
So what might my imagination be running wild about, Mr. Enforcer?
Take your meds. That's all I have to say, Richard. Take your meds. I'm not going to engage a conversation with you because I know you're sitting back and masturbating when you hear my voice. I'm just going to tell you for the last time, take your meds.
Well, you know, a lot of us people out here listening know you've been doing that for a mighty, mighty long time. More so when Richie clams up and you can't get no satisfaction. Or when Richie transmits like this and hears you scream for 5 minutes, you can't hear me, but you're conversing and the rest of the world hears me fine. Must be that superior equipment.
I don't hear that junkie anymore. He must have shut his app off because I know he has an issue with electrical consumption.
Trash.
That $27 a day is just not cutting it. It's not cutting room and board plus utilities. It's just not doing it. I heard her screaming in the video. In one of his recent videos, she's screaming at him. He's like, I'm on the radio. Well, that was hysterical. That's what you call a moment to remember.
No, Enforcer, what you heard was the man yelling, "Yo, are you part of what's going on outside? Because $6 vans live on my one block, and 3 of them were fist fighting 3 doors down. They wanted to make sure I wasn't involved." I said, "Nah, I'm talking on my radio. Have a good day."
You could twist it, and you could say this and that. You could spin doctor it. That was a female I heard. That was an old woman. That was your landlady, Richard. So you could twist it and spin doctor it all you want. I know what I heard.
Well, Mr. Enforcer, if that old man in his late 60s yelling in the background at that, a child can rewind it and go, "That's a man yelling." If that sounds like a woman to you, dog, then you are in trouble. But the sad fact of the matter remains that that's exactly what happened. As the video gate shows me running my mouth for how long? 2 gates in a row, non-stop. I don't think I was outside part of what was going on. I don't care who the hell got whose radio or mic. Richie was not even called to the scene. I'm back in my quiet chair.
Yeah, but I just want to know, Richard, did you take your meds today?
Good morning, everybody out there. Good morning, good morning. Macaroni and cheese for the eastbound Butt Duck Wave, Breaker.
Morning time, macaroni and cheese. Real man on the band wave. No coked out scared birds. I gotta go.
Someone tell me that Richie took your meds, so let me know. I'm ready.
Roger, right on. Enforcer's a little irate. Let me get back quiet. Morning time, daddy boy. I'm gonna get back in my cut now. Now that the fun's over, I'm gonna go upstairs and rock some steak and eggs. I've been saying that for the last half hour, man. That's how bad I got it on my mind. But I can't get the blunt out of my left hand. I'm on the side.
The chemicals are really working on that boy. He's paranoid. He thinks people come to get him. Richie, no one wants you, Richard. No one wants to put their hands on you. That your little dirty body of yours. No one wants to touch you. That smelly little body. Who wants to touch you, Richie? Stop it already. You're not that important.
You know, in video 59, you told the man descriptively you never see me in person, just photos and videos, and here you are talking about a man you have sexual fantasy on and whether he smells or not. I don't know. Guys, video pounds 59 and 60. You want some good firepower to go and enforce it with, get him screaming all morning long and then shut the radio down? Just go to my 2-video channel, look for pound 59 and 60. This is way better than NYC Radio Wars or Enforcer Comes Clean, guys. Check the favorite section. Always check the favorite section in the descriptions. Oh, the King of New York, I never promised any kind of truth, but I'm serving up all the justice I got now.
You feel better, Richard, after you take your meds. You wake up and look in the mirror like you'll say to yourself, damn, I am a bummer.
He's starving for Richie to have conversation with him. Starving.
When you wake up after you took your meds, Richard, you feel better. But don't come out here making up stories that we're trying to hurt you, Richard. No one's trying to hurt you, Richard. That's all in your mind. No one's looking to beat you up, Richard. You're delusional. Put the drugs down, Richard.
I don't know. There's two cats that have been trying to convince the world every day that they're coming to beat me up, and I think they're just too scared. I'm not worried about anybody out here coming to beat me up. It seems like the scared ones are more worried about how I feel than it really is. The King of New York. 250. Michael J. Junkie Fireman.
There he goes. He's delusional. He was just saying he spoke to some officer, some detective or whatever, Mr. or Mrs. Goodman, that we're trying to hurt him out there. Richard, you know why this person didn't call you back? Because this person don't exist, Richard. That's all part of your imagination, Richard. That's part of your psychosis from not taking your meds. Now you're imagining officers of the law not calling you. Richard, stop it already. You're really flipping out on us, Richard. Take your meds.
Let me show you a psychosis who needs to take meds. I swore I wasn't going to lock it up with you, but here I am to explain to you. Nobody called a police officer saying they're coming to beat me up. Somebody called an underscore officer to inquire about an assault on an elderly couple. And we're waiting for that female detective, who you say does not exist, from the 7th Precinct in Mastic Beach. And, well, you know, she's going to call back and either say, yes, sir, it did happen, I'll take everything you have, and, you know, I'll send you your form. Or, no, it did not happen, somebody put a battery on your back. So I'd be more worried about her calling and telling me it's real. Because if it is real, I'm coming for y'all. But Richie the cop is not coming. Little Richie Cappy is. And that's a problem.
Richie, no one's beating up old couples, Richie. That's all part of your imagination, Richie. Stop being a storyteller. You're a grown man, Richard. Stop it. No one's beating up the elderly, Richard. Stop it already. Stop making up stories out here.
So you're saying your best buddy Birdman's been lying for the last week in the video gates in descriptive detail about him beating up Richie Goodrich 305, a.k.a. what he calls the rat? Am I clear to understand this is all a figment of my imagination and you and Birdie are doing nothing but lying? I have you corroborating it. Oh, my Lord. I'm sorry. I really ain't got time to school this junkie. I'll be back, guys.
Maybe one of your drivers out there will convey the message to Richard to take his meds. He's delusional. Now he's saying that people are beating up the elderly. Richard, stop it out here. Stop it, Richard. No one's beating up anyone out here, Richard. That's all part of your imagination. The only one you're beating up, Richard, the only one getting beaten up is your pride. Your pride's getting beaten up, Richard. That's about it.
Well, by now I can assure you whatever Detective Goodman had ascertained about me, she's really hoping and praying that it is a figment of my imagination, because I'm sure she's well aware of that nothing can stop me. Not even the badges. I possessed one of the biggest on U.S. globe. And my actions, I don't have to explain the reason why. So I guess you could say there are a lot of people right now that are really hoping and praying, good people, not like you scumbag, that this is all a farce and just somebody like you and your buddies gassed Richie up. That's the best thing you could hope for. Woo, baby. I hope I didn't stutter. I hope that was clear to understand. All you drivers out there that he's trying to lean on, convey that Richie Cappy don't play. I'll be back.
Yeah, you do that. You take your That's why you gotta just say no. You listen to Richie, you say to yourself, damn, am I gonna get like that? Just say no, Travis.
Whoever those guys were that just keyed up and texted me and said, you never mentioned any make, model, or color of any car. Thank you, guys. I was well aware of that, man. That's why I started chuckling across the room when he spilled the beans. Richie, back in the chair.
Oh, now you're hearing make and model of cars now, Richard? What else are you hearing in your demented mind? Richie, no one's talking about make and model of vehicles, Richard. What's wrong with you? Take your meds.
I believe it was a reference in the last video game as Birdman making a statement pertaining to, I think you heard about the yellow Corvette. I don't know. Junkies really ain't got no memory for what happened a couple of seconds ago. Richie, back in the cut.
Whatever you say, Rich. I'm coming by helicopter, Richard. I'm coming by jet plane. Whatever you say, Richard. I'm a parachute over your house. Don't get scared, Richard.
I don't care how you say you're coming. I'm never worried about you ever coming. That's a guarantee. Everybody out here knows that. Any cat that's been talking about how he bought special gloves to beat me up, told everybody in detail for months on end how he's going to use them, turn around begging that man to come see him, they all know he's no man to worry about. They call me Richie, punking them in and out, on and off the mic, the king of New York, pound 59 and 60, guys.
Someone help that junkie. Just tell Richard, take his meds. Take your meds, Richard.
Cop out. Cop out and plea cop.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like that junkie 127, Richie, little cracky. Don't take drugs, man, because you see what it does to junkies. He's a perfect representative of a junkie and what crack and K2 would do to you. But if you want to see him, just go over there near his McDonald's local to him, and you see a little short, stubby, fat man with a big belly, all bloated from methadone. That's Richard. He looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy on crack. I gotta go, guys. It's been a pleasure exposing that junkie for what he really is. They call me a force of truth and justice. Couple of minutes, my partner's gonna come pick me up. Oh yeah, and I gotta make that money on the books so Richie could live in a Section 8 apartment. You better hope, Richard, because the next president, you're not gonna be living for free anymore, Richard. You're gonna have to go out there and get a job, Richard. Like when the big man tried to help you, all you did is dog him. That's all you did.
Guys, check the favorite sections. Check the favorite sections of the Cb19nyc this week's Gate. Check the favorites on those two channels. I think it's NYC Months of CB2016. Listen to those videos. Give those 5 videos chronological play, and then you have all the firepower in the world. Pay close attention to the videos marked Big Man's Happy Relations. Let me know after listening to 1 and 2 if you think Big Man did anything for me, helped me out, tried to help me get that apartment I was living in. No, excuse me. According to the force, he did get me that apartment I was living in. Oh, man, it's funny. Funny. I mean, how does a man that tells you, man, I only seen Richie once or twice, and I might have bought him a burger one time. You know, I don't know. That sounds like 3 encounters and a possible 1.99 burger, don't it? I'm out, guys. I don't even give him an A for effort for trying anymore. He's stuck on stupid and chicken. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't get a chance to look it up there, the non-junkie Birdman. My apologies, sir. I was quite busy the last couple of days. All right, let me go back in my quiet chair. The morning show's about over. Two junkies got wiped and beat down severely, especially the one who was talking about coming to beat me up. Now he's begging for me to come see him. The other one who swore up and down everybody out he was definitely coming this week. Well, he just went and beat up some elderly people, according to his own omissions. Richie, the king of New York, and I'm rocking on. Don't forget, guys, your Cb19nyc video gate of the morning still rolling. 17 minutes and 7 seconds as I speak. And, well, you know, whatever two channels you've been finding these gates on, the two new ones, NYC Mutts and NYC 2016 CB, check the favorite section. Check out those 5 videos. Pay close attention to the big man's Happy Revelations videos. That's videos after somebody pointed me out to the big man. I believe both those videos will reflect that he might have had 3 brief encounters with Richie and might have bought him a 99-cent burger once. But according to Mr. Enforcer here, oh, big man bought me that apartment on you. Yeah, he bought me that apartment 3 blocks away from his house. That made him start every story and rumor in the hell about me. Yeah, according to the Enforcer, he put me in that big apartment, man. He tried to get me a job. And for a while, according to the Enforcer, he was my supplier. Damn it, boy. Guys, been a good morning show today. The Hole in the Wall, fast talking, slow walking, needle dance, gives you audio slinging, big badge wielding, scaring the living daylights out of them 2 storytelling junkies. Hole in the Wall, Brooklyn, New York, CB shop. And I'm back. Guess they don't realize what it is they say when they say. Because if they did, they wouldn't be trying to convince that man that it's a delusion. Oh, so what you're saying here is you're not cooperating or agreeing or saying you're next, coward. Implying that you are down, part of, know of, and are in the loop. I don't know, Mr. Enforcer. You do not know how your mouth fucks you over next.